All right, and here we are on Soulection Radio. My name is Joe K here worldwide on Beats One Los Angeles. This man that we have here with us in studio, it's a real pleasure because I've been seeing his name, and I know you've been seeing his name, and you may not even realize how much you've heard him behind the scenes. And he has a new album coming out Friday, February 19th. It's called In My Mind. BJ, the Chicago Kid, welcome.
What's happening, man? Happy to be here.
For you to be here as well. Sir. Yeah, man. How you feeling?
I feel good, man. Happy to be here, man, at Soulection. You know what I mean? Give y'all a little bit of what's going on in my mind. You know what I'm saying?
So let's talk real quick. Let's talk about the album because I feel, like on the writing side, you've been a key player behind the scenes, but I feel like this is your moment. This is kind of your debut on coming out on Motown, right? A legendary label, and I know you dropped plenty of mixtapes, and you dropped the Pineapple Express, all that stuff. But it's your time, man. What's good?
Man, it's very welcoming right now. It's always a fight, you know what I mean? And that's what we're here for. We're here to pretty much keep this thing going, and just pretty much being politicians right now, letting people know what's going on in my mind, musically and outside.
Yeah. So I had a chance to peep the album, and it's really soulful. It's really gospel. It's you. Let's talk about the album.
Man, the album being titled In My Mind is pretty much how I wanted to explain it in the simplest way. I didn't want to say some debut albums, just the titles is just so strictly R&B. Like I just really wanted them to understand it's kind of more personal than anything. Every song isn't like necessarily what happened to me in my life or anything like that, but it's definitely stories that touch me creatively, where we wanted to go, reaching beyond what we would normally reach for when we create, working with the people that I've always wanted to work with on the album, actually in the studio at the same time. We was able to connect all those dots, and I'm extremely excited about the product that we have, and I can't wait for the world to hear it, man.
Yeah, and we're actually gonna get into some of the tracks, and in fact, I think you're gonna present. I think you're gonna do. Are you down to do a live joint today?
Yeah. I might get y'all. Somebody turn y'all up a little bit.
All right. And the single is called.
The newest single right now is we started with Church with Chance the Rapping Buddy. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Chance.
Yeah. Shout out Chance, man. Chance is doing his thing right now. But right now we pretty much rocking with we could give you as well. Why not?
Okay. Let's get into. Actually, Ebro just literally premiered something with Kendrick.
Oh my God, y'all got that?
Yeah, we got that.
How y'all get that?
I mean, we gave you a little flash. We plugged it in real quick.
Gotta get a little flex on real quick.
A little airdrop.
That's what's up. So So let's give them the new Cupid, man, featuring Kendrick Lamar. Yeah.
And who's this produced by?
Raphael Sadiq, man.
Raphael Sadiq.
Yes, the OG, man. How y'all get this, man? Y'all special up here, son.
All right, here on Soulection Radio, you know where you heard it first. Let's get into it. All right, and here we are. You just heard the new Cupid featuring the legendary Grammy-nominated Kendrick Lamar, produced by another legend, Raphael Sadiq. Yes, that's someone we got to get on the show. Yeah. How did that whole story come about, and with Raphael on the production?
Raphael is like a big brother, and I've always been a fan. Just connecting those dots. Sometimes I go to the studio just to get game, man. Sit down and ask some questions to pick his brain. You know what I mean? I believe that's a lot of things. That's one of the things that's missing right now. Just having that somebody to talk to that's kind of walk the path that you're trying to walk before you. You know what I mean? To keep you out of stuff and keep you in it. You know what I mean? But just connecting those dots just made the chemistry come. We pretty much sampled the record titled "Ooh Girl" that he naturally did, and I was already a fan of. And we pretty much went from there, man. Called Kendrick and did what we naturally do, and now we got the new Cupid.
Yeah, what's funny is that even though some people may barely be discovering who you are right now, I kind of feel like you're an OG in the game.
Man, I'm Grammy nominated too. You know what I'm saying? I'm nominated for 2 this year. You know what I'm saying? With on the Compton album with Dr. Dre.
Congratulations on that, man. By the way. And that's the second time you've been nominated as well.
Yeah, Studio was the first with Schoolboy Q. But this year is with Kalani and Dr. Dre. So man, hopefully we get one of them or both.
That is crazy, man.
Again, I don't mind being greedy at the Grammys. That's the only place you shouldn't mind being greedy. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's really dope, man. And one thing that also stood out to me, which some artists actually lack, is that you're a live performer.
Yeah, I love that, man.
And I peeped, and again, it's it's how you present yourself and how you put yourself out there on the internet. And thankfully, like, I peeped the YouTube page and I saw how many joints you had, like, just expressing yourself, but how good, you know. And I know you did a D'Angelo EP recently. Shout out to D'Angelo. That's like someone that's a big inspiration of Soulection.
Big time.
I know you did something. You did another, like, a Usher cover, and you did a Aaliyah as well. So that's all up our alley. But when I seen, you know, when I seen the acoustic side, and just, I'm like, you know what? There's another side to BJ, and if people discovered you from studio which is more of a radio record, I'm like, this is the side that people need to see. So I literally hit up my producers, and I'm like, yo, we need to get him on, and we need to hopefully get him to do that, man. But you know, like the gospel side, you know, you coming from Chicago, and can you explain that more?
I grew up in church, man. My mom and dad grew up in church, so they made sure we had some type of understanding of a balance of life. But Monday through Saturday, man, my homies was like knuckleheads. You know what I'm saying? So that balance was actually more of a double-edged sword than anything. That's why I'm able to, you know, be here to talk to you guys. You know what I mean? I did have to be in by a certain time at a certain age. You know what I'm saying? And certain things were restricted, or certain things were lessened. You know what I mean? My father was definitely a disciplinarian. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate those values, and just how it makes me the man that I am and what I'm growing to be as well. So, you know, that's what makes me, man, that whole church and street balance. I love to say.
No, I got to say that as well. With my pops, he was my mom always called him like a drill sergeant, because he was just so like on time and always like making me write book reports. But now when I look back, I thank him for that, you know, and how important it is to have your family support.
Oh man,
you know what I mean?
That's
like,
one
so
of the
it seems like your
biggest
family
things,
was
bro.
very supportive about your
Incredibly.
career.
Still to this day, if I'm doing anything within a 20-mile radius of where they're there. Somebody's there, a representative is there, or the whole crew is there.
Did you move them out to LA? They still back in Chicago?
I was the first. I'm the youngest of three.
Okay.
I was the first to move out of that three. You know what I'm saying? And then my middle brother came, and then my oldest brother came, and now mom and pop's coming. You know what I mean? So
how does it feel to be in a position, I mean, just like to be able to support your fam and do what you love at the same time?
It's a paycheck in itself, honestly. Being able to help family, or being able to help friends, and whatever the case may be, whether it's a phone call, financially, whatever you can do at the time, it feels good to put a smile or just, you know, bring some relief.
Yeah,
that's always amazing. I feel like that's another reason why God put me in a position, and that's why I feel like I will never really worry beyond natural worries, because I just really believe that God knows my heart and what I do now. So imagine what it'll be on Bill Gates status. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I have a heart. I feel like God knows it, and I'm working for mine. So I think you just add all it up, and you get what we doing right now, man.
Yeah,
giving y'all in my mind right now.
Of course, right,
yes,
right in the mind of BJ the Chicago Kid. Before we get into some more records, because we got to keep it moving, all about the music.
Oh, good.
When I was digging, I caught that you said you don't really listen to the radio, and with this album that you have coming out, it's not traditional radio format.
Absolutely.
And I think for a lot of artists, you don't need to put out anything anymore, that you don't have to even have a quote unquote hit on the record to be self-sufficient or still make noise in the game or in the industry. How does that feel to have, you know, this record that's just true to you, and not having to I guess, how do I say it? Not having to
conform or whatever.
Conform to other people. It
feels beautiful, but I understand what it is, and being freely creative in that way. That's how I like to say it. Not against anything, because I love, you know, the music that I hear on the radio. I think I just may hear them like 40 times in the first 30 minutes. You know, that could be a little overwhelming.
Of course.
But I love the artists, and I love the music that they make. I love what music is, but I just know who I am in music, and I believe I'm here to provide a balance, a new point of view, a new ear, a new key, a new voice, a new change on the legendary label Motown.
Motown.
Yeah.
We'll actually talk about that. Can we actually, anything that pops to mind from the legendary Motown to get into a record right now for people, for the especially Soulection with the young audience?
Yeah.
Can we
What's crazy is where we just came from reminds me of Motown, man. The new Cupid reminds me of Motown so much. That's why I wanted to get Kendrick to rap on it, to kind of keep it how can I say, entertaining to a younger ear, and let them know that this music is for us. I am the Al Green of when he didn't wear the shirt, he just had the vest on with the chain. That's me. I am the Marvin Gaye. You know what I'm saying? I am the young Stevie Wonder. I feel like that's what I am. I bring that potency. I bring that that strength. But we just have to understand what we're looking at. A lot of times we see it or we notice it when it's too late, or when it's gone, or when that album is old, or what we consider, because we filter through music so fast these days. I just feel like it's just best that I let them know exactly what it is, and the best way I can, singing and when I'm talking. You know what I mean?
Man, you got that Muhammad Ali charisma. You're like confident up here. I love it.
I just really love what I do, honestly, man. And I've seen too much. I've been through too much. I believe that straight up, man, the man upstairs wouldn't even let me see all of this and let me experience this for nothing.
That's real.
And it's not just for my homies to be inspired by me. I don't believe that is, the end all be all. I really believe there is something in that creates the passion, that creates the faith, that creates the confidence. And when I'm around my peers and the people I admire, definitely, man, it's a humbleness that's there. But when it comes to what we provide, and I feel very confident in what we're doing.
Definitely. You talked about Al Green. Can we get into what's your top Al Green record that we
Simply
can play
Beautiful.
right now?
I'm gonna cut you off. Simply Beautiful,
Simply
man.
Beautiful.
Oh my God.
All right.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
Man.
Let's get into
That's
it
my
right
job.
now here on Soulection Radio. Here's
Yes, sir.
once again with BJ, the Chicago Kid on Beats One. Keep it locked. Show 246 here with BJ, the Chicago Kid.
Yes, sir.
Once again, forthcoming album, In My Mind.
Yeah, man.
Coming out next Friday. You cannot miss that.
I'm extremely excited, man.
I'm excited for
Yeah,
people
man.
to hear it.
Yeah. I touched the physical copy for the past 2 days, and it's just like, it's really real.
I mean, coming from Motown, please tell me it's coming out on vinyl.
We gonna make sure we gonna make sure we get it on vinyl, but we want to get to y'all the time where y'all actually could digest what y'all gonna have on that vinyl.
Word.
We gonna make sure you have one, because you understand that it's worthy of that
Of course,
press.
yeah.
That takes time, you know what I mean? So I understand. I feel you. I got you. We gotta make sure we get you one.
We're gonna make it happen. So as we talked about earlier, you're now coming really at the forefront, and I feel like coming into your own as a true artist. Your writing process now. You've worked. Can you just tell the people? I mean, you're a humble dude, but can you just tell the people who you've worked with? Because the resume is insane. But talk about it.
I've worked with the likes of Ramsey Lewis, Dave Hollister, Music Soul Child, Mary J. Blige, Kanye West, Anthony Hamilton, Jill Scott, The Killers, Twista.
Oh my God.
Dr. Dre. Warren G.
This is like 4% of
it.
it.
Can keep going. My mind's going blank already. I'm sure it's a billion more. Avant. I've worked with the O's, the Greats, the Youngs, the Dom Kennedys, the Kendrick Lamar, the School Q, the Absols, the Mad Libs, the Freddie Gibbs, the Anderson Packs. I mean, it keeps going. It keeps going. It's a lot more, but God is good, bruh.
Yeah.
God is good. For me to work with all these people before my debut album, before the first thing that could be the final words and the beginning words of everything, I feel like, man, it's crazy. I can't be mad.
Out of all the people, what were probably the most standout lessons or artists that you've genuinely enjoyed working with?
This sounds so crazy because I'm on Beats One, but Doc was, come on, man, it's hard to top Doc.
What was Compton the first time, or was you guys go back before that?
The first time I ever worked with Dr. Dre was Coachella.
Wow. Which
I did
one?
Coachella
when he
both weekends. Yeah, I was on stage singing all the male singing parts. That was me singing.
How did someone, like, out of everyone he's worked with, because he has a great. How did you get chosen?
Shout out to Adam Blackstone, man. Adam Blackstone is a good friend, and he connects the dots for a lot of artists from studio to stage. And from musicians to helping them with stage presence, just helping the show in general.
And even that in
he
itself,
called me, man.
He could have chose anybody.
Yeah. But after that,
did he tell you? I'm curious. Did he say why? Like, what was it? Was it about your voice over everybody?
What's crazy is being in LA. I've had quite a few moments that let me know I was here doing the right thing and I was the best man for the job. I did the Grammys with Usher and James Brown together on the same stage at the same time.
What?
Coachella.
Is it true you did something with Stevie Wonder as well?
Yeah, I got a Stevie Wonder plaque in my crib with my name on it. But it's a blessing, man. Like I said, just to have work with such great people that we all admire. Not just you guys, not just myself, but we all admire. And I look at it like this. I'm able to learn from all of these incredible chefs, knowing I'm gonna open my own restaurant one day.
Yeah.
And now you guys are able to come eat with me, you know? So now you're able to see and kind of live through these different visits and these different chefs I've learned from. You can come taste all of this cold combination of this gumbo that I'm making.
Damn,
Really,
gumbo.
In my mind,
musical gumbo.
Yeah, and in my mind, it's a survivor story, man. I've been through a lot personally, and we fought through a lot to get here and to get where we going. So if you just believe in the survivor story and just understand what it is to be an underdog at some time, or understand what it is to actually come out victorious, man, this album is for you. It's not just about R&B. It's not just about ladies, but you like listen to a winner. You listen to somebody that's a fighter. You listen to a warrior. You listen to somebody that continues to fight. You listen to somebody that fights for their people. So like it's bigger than R&B. This is not just R&B, but this is really a survivor story.
Nah, it's real.
Straight up.
On a last note on the doc story, is there anything that he said to you that stuck with you that in terms of a work ethic that you're carrying on into your restaurant?
It's nothing that he verbally said, but it's something that his actions said so much. I remember I was working on In My Mind at the time, and I was working on Compton at the same time, and I would go from my studio to his studio, my studio to his studio. And I left my studio to go to his spot, and I was already tired when I got to Dre's. But getting there, getting into it, the energy lifts you up. So after I did what I was supposed to do on the record, you can always hang around and do more, whatever the case may be. And Doc always encouraged you to hang around. You never know what we're going to cook up. You never know who's going to come by. Just the incorporation of minds and creatives is just always welcome there. So me being done with my part, I looked at what time it was. I'm like, man, it's like 5 a.m. It's 5 a.m. I should be asleep, because no matter what, my session started at noon every day. I'm beating the engineer. I slept in my studio 27 days out of 30.
Wow.
So if I'm this tired and I'm like, all right, I'm about to go, and Doc like, all right, go. Can you go fill up my cup? They filling up his cup at 5 a.m. He's still there. That means he ain't lost gas yet. That action alone says so much. And I was dead tired from making my debut. He made 50 million albums, man. like I that means at some point you got to understand, man, you have to
like
become
that Mamba mentality, bro. That Kobe.
But you want to know what? When I hear Kobe or when I hear greats talk about it, I don't learn from them. I agree with them. That's the same stuff I believe in. That's the same stuff I walk by. Have you ever met somebody or somebody explain something to you that you do so naturally, then they actually give you a word or the term or the phrase for it? That's a lot of things when it comes to being inspired and being a warrior and just pushing forward. I identify with a lot of that before they say it. So I feel like I'm looking at a brother or a big brother or a mentor or somebody who just believes and walk the same walk I walk, man.
That's real, man.
In my mind, man.
In my mind. Could we actually, since you talked about Dre, could we get into the joint that you guys wrote together on Compton?
Oh, man. That's crazy, man.
What's it called?
And it all falls back on me somehow. That's my joint, man.
Can we just get like an acapella album from you? Acoustic,
yo, man, we
album?
might go back to how it used to be, man. Give you the acapella albums, you know what I'm saying? So people can have fun with the music around it like they did.
All right, let's get into it right here on Soulection Radio. Keep it locked. Plenty more to come. All right, and you just heard once again, All Falls Down from Compton, and you co-wrote that as well.
Yeah, me, JT, man, King Mez, Dre. It was crazy being in that room, man. It was a lot of dope minds, man, coming together to make some incredible music that is now nominated for a Grammy. Man,
that's insane,
right?
Oh, you got to win one at some point in your career.
I believe that.
We're chopping it up right now behind the scenes, and we're talking about how you are a self-taught drummer first, right?
Yeah, man.
And does that kind of come from the the church or the God side?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm of course being the youngest of three. Both of my brothers play drums, and you of course always watch them and do what they do, and end up finding why they love it and you love it. And yeah, man. My uncle he traveled with Smokey Robinson, man, for like 12 years, singing background and playing percussion. So rhythm, music, a relationship with God, food, sports, that's like all in our family crest. You know what I'm saying? It's some things that our whole family just naturally,
Well, when you see artists and connect with people like Anderson .Paak, because as he's a drummer as well.
That's another thing that makes us cool, man. We identify with each other a lot, man. That's my dog, man.
Yeah,
man.
And anyone else from the new wave of the new generation of artists as well that you're vibing with?
Man, Ty Dolla $ign is my dog too. I recorded Pineapple Knowledge, and he did Beach House in the same studio. Like if it was two rooms, I was in A one day and he'll be in B, or I'll be in B and he'll be in A, but we were always there together. He was incorporating things, I'm incorporating things. It was just the atmosphere I was always creating around people that we now know and respect musically, and audience is way bigger than it was then. So it's pretty cool to have a surfboard to be surfing this new wave, man.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned surf and surfboard. Chance the Rapper, who's also on the album as well, and you were actually on Acid Rap too. Off the sample with Dilla, the Fall in Love.
Yeah, we got a few of them on there, man. Some of them I sing just backgrounds on. Sometimes I'm not even like the hook, man. Sometimes Chance may have the hook, but I hear colors or I hear harmonies or I hear, I believe it's about playing the perfect position.
Well, what's the name of that type of artist where the concept or the theory when you're seeing colors as you hear sounds?
Somebody needs to tell me, because I know what you're talking about.
Is that how you are?
Yes, I am. I actually call it colors when I'm in the studio. I'm gonna go and put some harmonies, put some colors around it, because that's how I see it. You create this black and white sketch, and now you bring it to life. Now you make this sounds like this. You know what I mean? It's an enhancement.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
It brings it out. It's an enhancement.
Well, let's get into this next track off the record. Yeah. It's called Home.
Yeah, man. Home is produced by Mars, man. When I first heard this song, I kind of freestyled all of this in my phone. They were like editing another song where I was, hearing beats, but I heard this in my head so much I had to run out of the room, keep the laptop playing, record myself on my phone of everything I was vibing. So everything on Home is literally a freestyle. So I freestyled on the voice note and literally took the voice note and set it in Pro Tools and stretched it out and really did everything that I did in the voice note. Wow. So I perfected a freestyle. You know how you just freestyle a lyric and now you cut it? That's all I did. Wow. So lyrically, it's still a freestyle. I just actually cut the vocal. Yeah.
What color do you see when you hear when this like?
Home is like the warmest colors, man.
The warmest colors.
Yeah, man. It's like it's that whole orange, that brown, that whole fall, that whole warm time, man. I feel like it brings that warm feeling to your soul, not warm outside, but
I think it's called synesthesia.
Synesthesia.
Yes, I think that's what we're talking about.
Wow!
Shout out to my producer Ian for doing the research.
Yes, sir.
Let's get into Home, produced by
BJ Chicago Kid and Mars. Mars is like the king, but it's this bass thing on this is crazy. That's what spoke to me. So check it out, man. Here's Home.
We're gonna get Home, and then right after that, we're gonna get into Church featuring Chance and Buddy.
Yes,
keep it locked. All right, and you just heard Church featuring Chance the Rapper and Buddy.
Yes, sir.
All right, off the album In My Mind, once again coming out next Friday. Cannot wait for you guys to hear it. Let's actually switch up the vibe. What's the state of Chicago right now, and how are you feeling about the city and the culture?
Musically, I'm happy. Outside of music, it could be better. Also, outside of music is not only what's publicized.
That's right.
It's a lot of people living beautiful lives in Chicago. It's a lot of people that don't even see the violence that happens. It's a side of the town that the only time they see it is somebody come from the south side come rob you and going back to the south side. It's really like it's a melting pot of all kind of lives besides which is publicized. I believe Chicago has some of the best food in the world.
That's a fact.
I hear a lot of other people say that from other cities. So it's not just me, saying that about my city. But Chicago was the place that groomed me, man. It taught me how to be a man. It gave me the lessons that I have. I say a lot. It taught me when to talk. It taught me when to shut up. It taught me when to stay. It taught me when to leave.
Yeah.
Are
you from the South Side?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, word.
No suburban night here, man.
So, when you hear people, kind of misconstruing, just what Chicago is.
Yeah.
How do you respond to that? And for the listener out there that hasn't been, what do you want them to really know about it?
Just do me one favor. Everybody just say BJ the Chicago Kid, right? And after you said kid, think about it. You just said something positive. I'm not hearing shackles. I'm not hearing handcuffs. I don't have a police record. I've never been arrested. I haven't killed anybody. You talking about, you looking at a success story. You looking at somebody that fought and beat the odds. You know what I mean? You looking at somebody still beating the odds. You looking at somebody that made it out. You listening to somebody and understanding somebody that breathed the same air as the killers, the wolves, and still made it out. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I am that story. So when you speak my name, you speak success. You speak in a positive side of Chicago. You're looking at a positive side of Chicago. Everything isn't guns. Everything isn't that. So just when you say my name, remember you saying something positive. You speaking something positive from my city. I'm a pure product of that city. I wasn't born in Indiana. I wasn't born next door. I was born in the heart of the city. My first time in the club was with Kanye. When I was like 18 years old, you go to the club before you're supposed to be in there and they don't card you and all that. My first time was with Kanye and Don C.
Yeah.
So like
that's
I
real.
really had experiences of real Chicago. I know who Twilight Tone is. You know what I'm saying? I understand who Timbuktu is. Rest in peace. Timbuktu is one of the first guys that played any one of my songs in Chicago on Chicago
Wow.
Airwaves. You know what I mean? So I understand the forefathers of my city. I understand what Chess Records was. I understand that was the Motown before Motown. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I understand just what I understand where I walked and where I
Yeah.
breathed.
Do you feel Spike Lee's Chirac like was a representation of what's going on or a message?
Nah, I
No.
think that was more creatively what he wanted to do.
Mhm.
I don't feel like he really needed to use the name to do, and film the film that he wanted to present, which is, totally his prerogative.
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like he needed to use the name Chirac to give
Yeah.
them that film. That's just
Agreed.
my intake.
Nah, 100. Going back to Kanye with all his success and his where he's at. What's your guys' relationship?
Kanye could do no wrong, man. Kanye could do no wrong. We love Kanye.
Yeah.
Nobody has taken us to the top of the mountain like Kanye, just as a Chicagoan. Michael Jordan has done what he can do in Chicago, and he will always be the mayor of Chicago. And in
That's
our
real.
eyes, nobody will be like the mayor of Chicago like Michael Jordan.
That's real.
But at the end of the day, we do have a man in Kanye West that continues to inspire us and make us stand up for crazy things that everybody else think is crazy and understand later or whatever case may be. But he teaches us just such a radical way of being, a way to be, a way to exist. No matter what you do, you ain't gotta rap, you ain't gotta produce, you ain't gotta, you know what I mean, do what he do. But whatever you do in life, do it aggressively. Find a passion that you really, 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 really like strongly, like just feel, man, beyond the roof about. That's what I tell people. I said, focus on the magic. They ask me, like, what you tell people that want to get into the industry or want to tap into, the best things in life. You tap into the magic, the thing that makes you forget to eat, that makes you forget today was your best friend's birthday,
Real.
the thing that make you not sleep. That's what you focus on. You focus on the magic, and that's pretty much what provides that way of being paid and being happy. Because
Yeah.
you can get a job, but you get a job and get a check and smile at the same time. It
And
exists.
I think it's a certain point in your life you're gonna have to write a book, my man, on some philosophical some theories. But yeah, man, yo,
You think so, man? I'm just
I
a young
think
man
so.
from Chicago, man. I'm just a young man from the South Side.
Yeah,
man.
you could do anything, man.
Yeah, I believe that.
Obviously,
I believe
been
that.
doing a lot. I want to say once again, congrats on the album.
Thank you, man.
In my mind, and I cannot wait for the people to hear it. And before we went really deep on the people, and we want to bring it right back to that sound, the sound of tomorrow. Can we actually get into a lot? Can you do a live performance of "Turning Me Up"?
Yeah, let me see if my man Tub could pull his guitar, man. See what we could do for you.
And I know the homie J-Mo is behind this, and
J-Mo and
David Haddon,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, man. Two good friends. We crew. We a band. We're producers. We're friends. We're brothers. It's amazing, man. I just think I just know God put them in my life for a reason, so I make sure we all, all right. But much as possible, man. This thing is tough.
It's
it's
you're
not
doing
built
an
to keep y'all
amazing
tight.
thing,
So yeah,
and you have Motown on your back, and congrats again
that's
on
love.
this forthcoming album. Man.
Appreciate
Just
it.
know we homies, man. Thanks for coming through.
Indeed, as my man say, in such a way.
All right, y'all. Let's get into this, and we'll catch you real soon here on Beats
Yeah.
One Soulection
I'm
Radio.
about to get y'all turning me up.